Today I thought I'd do an overview of a computer I've got. I've been building this for probably like 4 years, changing all sorts of different parts inside of it, so we'll get started with the video. Hope you like this one, and I plan to do future sort of system overviews of the different computers I've got. So what is this PC? This was something I started as I wanted to build the machine I wanted in 2009 when I built my first sort of gaming PC at the time. Back then it was an AMD Phenom II X4, which is a triple core, with just some cheap motherboard, 2 gigs of RAM in it, with just some random sort of DDR2 RAM. And eventually I got a graphics card that was a Radeon HD 4650, but I always knew I wanted the quad core Phenom, and I always knew I wanted a Radeon HD 4850. So when I got this case, which is a Sun Ultra 20, I decided that that's where I would put in there. Originally I had an Asus board that I got, and I started with the same triple core, which is an X3 720 Black Edition. Some of them can unlock to quad cores. The one I had at the time did, but it wasn't very stable, even though it would overclock quite well with the core locked off still. So from there I had just 4 gigs of DDR3 1333 in it. It was HyperX, but still 1333. And I knew I wanted to change things up. I had purchased 2 XFX Radeon HD 4850s, which I've since changed the coolers on, as you can probably see, with the blue ones there. And they perform really well. And it was like, yeah, this was like the best PC sort of I wanted at the time. So it was all very cheap to build. I think the whole system come to like £150 when I originally put it together, which was I was quite happy with. So since then, what have I changed? Well, the last thing I'll go on to just before, the power supply is still the one that I put in it originally. This is OCZ ZS 650 watt power supply, perfectly ample for the hardware that's in there. I modified the back of the case to accept a 120mm fan. That was just a couple of screw holes that needed to be drilled, and again with the front panel, I just put 2 screws in it through the mesh. That doesn't go through to the front, that's just the mesh on the inside of the case. So since its original build, it has had a different motherboard. This is a Gigabyte 790FX TA-UD5, which is quite a nice motherboard. I got a really good deal on it. I think it was like 25-30 quid, and it's got SATA 6GB, it's got USB 3.0, it's got optical audio out, SPDIF audio out, it's got an IDE controller, floppy controller, it's got SATA 3GB as well, eSATA 7.1 channel audio, 3 PCI Express 16X slots, and an absolutely insane sort of VRM cooling with a heat pipe that looks really nice. This is top end as far as I'm concerned. Then I went and upgraded the RAM. I did a bit of research, and I found some RAM that was sort of time appropriate, from around 2009, 2010. And it's 2 sticks of 2 gig HyperX, and it's DDR3 2000, which is insanely quick for the time. I can't actually get it to run at that speed on this processor yet. It's just one of them things I've been tweaking as and when. Like I said, I've had this system for about 4 years now, and I've had it with a few different components here and there. So basics of it are Phenom 965, that's overclocked to 4 GHz. It'll do 4.1 but I thought there's no point, I'll just knock it down to 4 GHz. It's got a Coolermaster Hyper 212 cooler on there. It's got the Radeon HD 4850s and Crossfire. And I changed the coolers on them to Akasa, I think they're called Neo. Akasa Neo coolers. They fit like different GeForce cards and a lot of Radeon cards as well, but quite happy they light up blue. They look sick. They still perform way better than the original coolers. They have got dual heat pipes in them, and even though the heatsink's pretty small, still performs better than the original coolers. So yeah, for storage, I just put an SSD in there, 120 gig, crucial. It's very, very fast, this PC. You could still use it as your main daily computer. It's no slouch. I mean, really, you could put quite a recent graphics card in it and play some decent games on it. Obviously, it's not anywhere close to what, you know, the performance of Ryzen these days, but if you want to play some games, you could probably slap a much newer graphics card in it and go ahead. So that's something I might play with in the future. I've actually got a Radeon HD 7990, which is a dual GPU on the one card, two 7970s. So we could play with that in the future. What else? I don't know really. The black material you see inside is actually sound deadening. It's just nice when the case is closed. You can't. Well, it reduces the noise quite a bit. So what I'll do now, I'll reposition the camera, turn the PC on. You can see how quick it is, and might fire up Crysis or another game. Just Cause 2 actually. We'll fire up Just Cause 2 and I'll show you a bit of that. I have to use the power button on the motherboard to turn it on, so I'll go ahead and do that. It's a bit loud. I'm still playing with the fan curves and stuff. Shut that door too. There you go. Doesn't even show the loading animation, it's that quick. It's straight to desktop. So I'm running Windows 8.1 on here, and obviously that wasn't out in 2009, but I prefer it to Windows 7 at this point. It's for all it's still supported and people hate the UI. You know, I get on with it well. It boots quick. It's a nice, quick, optimized OS. So you know, I'm going to stick with that. So I'll fire up Just Cause. Now, this game does take ages to load. Which you'll see in a bit once because it is loading from an SSD. Might be just the VRAM on the graphics cards that's just waiting on something. I really don't know.
Stick together,
He says.
Move in.
Right.
That helicopter will tear us to pieces. You must deal with it quickly, Scorpio.
So it runs pretty well. The settings aren't completely maxed out or anything, but this 1080p on Crossfire 4850s. I think these cards are from 2008, so it's pretty good. It's nice and smooth.
Scorpio, take care of it. Victory! Now move out.
of a frame drop there with the fog.
Assault the next blockade, comrades! We must push forward!
Oh, full health. Come on.
Curses! Another mounted gun! Scorpio, do your thing!
Oh fuck. There's a health, bro. Shows your health.
Bomb is out of commission! Move out!
Oh yeah.
This is the place. Protect me while I hack into the system, Scorpio.
Okay. Well, I think you've had enough of that. I forgot to do an outro for this video, so thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll get some more system overview videos up.